Hey, what's going on? This is Andre from OnlyCenters.net. Keep a close mind against negative influences. Now, it's sad that, and because of today's society, that we're just slammed with a lot of negativity, pretty much across the board. You might say, well, it's tough to avoid. Yeah, at a point, but at the same time, you can prevent a lot of that stuff. I know, this little button, let's say if you're on Facebook, all you can do is just go and unfollow. You don't have to unfriend somebody that wants to be negative. Not talking about people, but, I'm just talking about this in general as far as just the influences, because what Zig Ziglar said, his book, See at the Top, is true that we live in a negative society. And, think about it, all the stuff that you see that comes at us, whether it be through TV, radio, or social media. And, some people will be quick to blame as far as social media. It's like, oh, man, I don't know that because of all the stuff. Okay, but it's not any better like if you're watching TV, especially watching any type of news. You see what I mean? Because, I agree wholeheartedly with, what Donald Trump says as far as, calling, talking about news as far as fake news. He knows what's going on. As far as just the influences, the media does. And there's a lot of negative about that. Napoleon Hill suggested that in Think and Grow Rich as far as, keeping a closed mind, really, when it comes to negative influences or, anything that's discouraging. It's bad enough that we might have, like, death in the family or, health issues or even, like some type of tragedies. Like right now here in Florida, we had a hurricane that came through. And a lot of people were just looking at this as the negative stuff, like, oh, look what's going on here, the flooding. But it's not like every part of the state. A lot of people, unfortunately, had the power out, but nobody really lost a life, thank goodness. Some houses maybe had a, collapse or crushed, but nothing like too ridiculous. It could have been, but it wasn't that wasn't the case for every single person in the state. That's my point. And a lot of people that close to me know how I am when it comes to, watching, news or media, whatever. I get really, really upset because of this, the negative influences. And, it's just sad, and I just choose not to be influenced by that, by all the negativity. And a lot of people get caught up in all that, and I was just like, come on now, you know better. Especially, people that are like-minded sisters and myself, we know better. It's like, okay, you might watch it, just maybe get updated, but don't linger on that the whole time. That's my point. A lot of people just sit there and linger on. Oh, man, whoa, look at this. Nah, you don't have time for that. Like, what value is that bringing to your life? You see what I'm saying? None. Really none. And, with some people like, okay, but how do I get avoid that? Well, what type of positive information are you putting into your head? Any types of books of success that you put into your head? You listen to anybody, a success, like listen to any audios, whatever. That's a start. Like who are the people that you hang around with? That's a start. As far as you want to go and switch that around. So I'm not telling you what to do, just throwing out suggestions, So it's something to just really think about because, again, if the negative influences are not bringing any value to you, then isn't it time to maybe go and, maybe turn that around? Just throwing it out there, not telling you what to do. And, something that really a lot of people don't think about. And again, like I mentioned so many times in past videos, society doesn't know what they want because they have no purpose. They don't have a plan. So, the list goes on and on and on. So just want to leave you with that thought. And if you got value for what we shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. I'd like to say this video. That being said, I will see you in the next video.